Hi Sam. I'm glad to see you again. Today, we're going to learn the word
unterscheiden.
Hi Alex. That sounds interesting. What does it mean?
Unterscheiden.
means to distinguish or to differentiate. It's commonly used when talking about telling the difference between two or more things. Just a heads up, though, be careful because in English,
To distinguish.
can sometimes confuse learners with,
To extinguish.
which means to put out a fire.
That's good to know. How do I use
Unterscheiden.
in a sentence?
Great question. It's a verb, so let's look at its conjugations. In the present tense, you say,
Ich unterscheide. Du unterscheidest.
and.
Sie, es unterscheidet.
For the past tense, you would say,
Ich unterschied. Präteritum.
and in.
Perfekt.
It would be.
Ich habe unterschieden.
You can also use it in the imperative form, like,
Unterscheide das Gute vom Schlechten.
which means distinguish the good from the bad.
So, I can say,
Ich habe die beiden Farben unterschieden.
to mean I distinguished the two colors.
Exactly. That's perfect. Just remember, it's a regular verb, so it follows the standard patterns.
What about the word's origin? Where does
Unterscheiden.
come from?
Unterscheiden.
Comes from Old High German, where it was.
Unterscheidern.
The prefix
Unter.
means under or among, and
Scheiden.
means to separate. Over time, it evolved to mean distinguishing between things rather than just separating them.
That's fascinating. So, can we break down the word into parts?
Sure. Let's take a closer look. The prefix
Unter.
suggests a sense of separation or distinction, and the root
Scheiden.
means to divide. So, when you put them together, it emphasizes the action of separating or distinguishing among items.
I see. Are there other words that are similar to
Unterscheiden.
Yes. There are quite a few. For example, you have,
Abgrenzen.
which means to delineate or to set boundaries. Then there's,
Unterscheidbar.
meaning distinguishable. Also,
Unterschied.
which means difference.
Those are interesting. Any more?
Absolutely. How about?
Entscheiden.
Which means to decide, or
Differenzieren.
meaning to differentiate? And let's not forget,
Unterschiedlich.
meaning different.
Wow, that's a lot of words. So how can I use
Unterscheiden.
in real life?
Let's think of some situations. For instance, at work, you might need to distinguish between two projects. You could say,
Ich unterscheide zwischen den beiden Projekten.
Got it. I can say,
Ich unterscheide zwischen den beiden Projekten.
perfect. Another situation could be at a restaurant. If you want to distinguish between two dishes, you might say,
Ich möchte die beiden Gerichte unterscheiden.
so I can say,
Ich möchte die beiden Gerichte unterscheiden.
exactly. And how about while traveling? If you're looking at two maps, you could say,
Ich unterscheide die beiden Karten.
I can try that.
Ich unterscheide die beiden Karten.
fantastic. Now, let's talk about gender hints.
Unterscheiden.
Is a verb, but if we look at its noun form,
Der Unterschied.
we can think of it as masculine because it ends with. A good mnemonic is to picture a distinguished gentleman, which can help you remember that it's masculine.
That's a useful tip. Are there any common phrases or usage notes for
Unterscheiden.
Yes. It's generally informal and can be used in everyday conversation. Some common collocations include
Unterscheiden zwischen. Nicht unterscheiden können.
and,
Klar unterscheiden.
just be careful not to confuse it with,
Abgrenzen.
which has a slightly different meaning.
I'll keep that in mind. Can you give me some example sentences?
Of course. Here are a few.
Ich kann die beiden Stimmen nicht unterscheiden.
Means I can't distinguish between the two voices. Another one is,
Wir haben die Unterschiede deutlich unterschieden.
meaning we clearly distinguished the differences.
Those are great examples.
Here's another one.
Hat die Meinungen gut unterschieden.
Which means he has distinguished the opinions well. And also,
Könntest du die beiden Konzepte unterscheiden?
translates to could you distinguish between the two concepts?
Those are helpful. What about a quick recall check?
Sure. What does
Unterscheiden.
mean?
To distinguish.
Correct. What is its past tense in?
Präteritum.
Unterschied.
Yes, great job. What's the noun form?
Is it?
Der Unterschied.
Right again. How do you say distinguish between in German?
Unterscheiden zwischen.
Perfect. Last question, what's the imperative form?
Unterscheide.
Exactly. You nailed it.
Thanks, Alex. This was really fun and informative.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Sam. Remember, distinguishing things is a valuable skill in language and life. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.
See you, Alex.